Doug and PA back with another video. Guys, let's talk about student loans and mortgages, the housing market. October's coming, and student loan payments are going to start back up after 3 years. I don't know if you guys know this, but all other type of debt went up when they paused the student loan payments. And what that means is people move, instead of paying off their student loans without interest, people just started spending that money on other things. And then the housing market, interest rates are high. Home costs are high. There's still an inventory shortage. It's crazy. A lot of experts are saying that the market should have crashed by now, or buying should have slowed down, but it hasn't yet. And so this article is called "U.S. Housing Market Faces New Hurdles: Student Loan Payment Repayments." And this guy, this woman, is going to talk about how she thinks student loan repayments are going to affect the housing market. Before we get into this, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me, what I'm doing over here. And let's see what this expert thinks about what's going to happen with the housing market when student loan payments start back up. He says the U.S. housing market has been over the past year walloped by high mortgage rates and a worsening inventory shortage. Like I said before, a lot of experts are saying they don't know how people just keep buying houses with the interest rates so high, and then home costs being so high. And I would go so far as to say a lot of women are making the mistake of buying houses in this housing market. I've covered stories on my channel about how 123,000 more single women own homes than men. Yay, girl power. Yeah, one of the dumbest things you can do is buy a house in the last 2.5 years. 2 years. Says it may soon face another obstacle: student loan repayments. Real estate experts are bracing for a significant blow to the market when the pandemic era freeze on federal student loan payments comes to an end this fall, according to a recent poll conducted by Pulsenomics. Most survey respondents said homeownership rates will be affected for at least a year by the resumption of student loan payments, and many predict the impact could be longer than that. For more than 3 years, federal student loan borrowers have not had to take monthly payment and had to make monthly payments. But that pandemic era pause is coming to an end this fall, setting a potential financial shock for millions of Americans. That is 100% true. I I know a girl who's 28 years old, got out of her master's program, has had a professional job for 4 months, and bought a house already. And she's right at it each month. And her student loan payments are going to start back up. They're only $400-500 a month, and she has no idea how she's going to make that payment. No idea. Um, Although payments will not come due until October, interest will start accruing at the end of September. More than 75% of the survey respondents said that the payments will have a negative effect on homeownership that lasts for a year or more. About 40% predicted an even longer impact for at least 3 years. And here's the thing about homeownership. The sad thing is, homeownership has become a single person thing. What happened to finding your significant other? You know, buying your first house together. I think that building a good relationship, whether you want to get married or not, is about firsts. Getting your first apartment together, buying your first house together, having your first kid together. How about that? That's what guys want to share with with women. They want to be your first. I want to be the first person to take you to Paris or England or something like that. Nothing worse than when you go out with a girl and she's been everywhere. She's already bought a house. Lord forbid she has a kid. What's there new to do with you? Nothing. But yeah, so many single people, or single women especially, are buying houses. And I will say it right now, guys. A woman under 35 who's bought a house, it's a red flag. It's a red flag, guys. Run the other way, because she is going to do what she wants to do regardless. She hasn't thought about, you know, how to build with a man. She has resigned herself to just being alone, doing whatever she wants to do, and she will not submit to a man. So if a woman's under 35 and she's bought a house, run the other way, guys. About 44 million borrowers in the U.S. were affected by the payment pause, which initially began in March of 2020 at the onset of the cough. The Biden administration extended the pause for the 8th time last November, but will not do so again. The payment can be substantial. The average monthly bill hovers between $200 and $299 per person, although it's even higher for some borrowers. This is BS, man. $200 a month? No, man. I don't know one person who only pays $200 a month. I'd say between $400 and $500 a month, but that's the Federal Reserve data, so we're just going to go with it. Collectively, borrowers are to resume paying about $10 billion a month, guys. The potential hit to the housing market comes at an already precarious time amid the astronomical rise in mortgage rates over the past years, as well as a limited resale availability. Here it comes. Even though mortgage rates are nearly double what they were 3 years ago, home prices have hardly budged. That's largely due to a lack of available homes for sale. Sellers who locked in a low mortgage rate before the pandemic began have been reluctant to sell, leaving few options for eager would-be buyers. I told you that this market's crazy, guys. It's crazy. And people are still buying overpriced homes at a high interest rate, and they're just going to figure it out. And I don't feel bad for them. I don't. You have to sign on the bottom line with these mortgages, with that interest rate, and buying that house at that price. I don't feel bad for you at all. I just don't. The number of available homes on the market at the end of July was down by more than 9%. Housing shortage has only served to boost consumer demand, which is keeping prices uncomfortably high and contributing to the least affordable housing market in decades. Why are people buying houses now? I think I did I saw an article the other day that like um people that bought homes between 2000 and 2022, 70% of people that bought homes uh in that time period regret their purchase. Don't let that be you guys. It says the housing share. Okay. In fact, about 38.6% of the median household income is currently required to make the monthly payment on the average home purchase. God, wow. To put today's affordability levels in perspective, it would take some combination of up to 28% decline in home prices, or more than a 4% reduction in 30-year mortgage rates, or up to a 60% growth in median household incomes to bring home affordability back to its 25-year average. So your household income will have to go up by 60% for you to be able to afford a home at a 25-year average. This is crazy, guys. It's crazy. I'm telling you, when these student loans start back up, I want you to watch the headlines, guys. You're gonna see, women are disproportionately affected. No, women homeowners are disproportionately affected by their student loans repaying. You know, the 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 mortgage payment gap between men and women. How women have a harder time paying. It's because women bought a lot of these homes in this toxic housing market. Just look at the headlines, guys. I'm going to cover every single story. I'm a professional, a grown man, and I was like, I'm not going to buy a house right now. I keep track of the mortgage rates and the interest rates. I I read the articles about people buying homes and when they shouldn't have, or people buying homes 15, 20, 30, $40,000 over the listed price. For what, you guys? For what? Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one.